part about eSynergy, I'm going to show you how to track your activities. So we're going to start at the home page, and let's say you called a company and you want to save what you said with the company. You'll first press make a cold call down here. You'll have to choose which organization you call. So we'll choose Bobex and choose the contact. Choose Bobex. You can put a deadline, and this is more for yourself when you're supposed to do it, but now I already did it, right? So this is more when you're planning a call. Anyway, I will say calling about internship. So this is not the description where you put what happened in the call. This is just a description about the activity itself. And we'll come to where you put what happened in the call or what you said. Anyway, when I'm done filling in all the details, I'll press edit. Edit will save the details but keep me on this. Now since I did the call, I will go down to contact description and put in what happened. I called Bobex and they wanted me to call again later. Please use English in this because we do have members who come from different countries, and it's much more useful for everybody if it's all in English. So I put in the timestamp, you can press here to get the timestamp, and the short description of what happened. Now, since they wanted me to call again, I want to remember that I'm going to call them back later. So I want to save this, right? The plan, this future activity. I can use a very smart feature called copy new, which means that I create a new activity but copy all the details, so I don't have to put in all the details about which company or which person to call. So I press copy new. I select a warm call, right? This is a warm call. You see we have all sorts of different activities, cold calls, warm calls, meetings, and so on. But this will be a warm call. So I click warm call, and I come to the screen. You see it filled in all the information. The only thing I need to change is the deadline. I will say next week. I'm going to call them the 25th. And also the description, and I can keep calling about the internship. The smart thing here, you see it keeps cold call, calling about internship as a follow-up, so I can track in which order my activities came, which can be very useful for later. When I edited all this, I can press submit, and I come to my activity screen. And this is also what you come to if you click up here. And here you can see all your open activities that you should do. But then I notice, my cold call is still here, right? It hasn't disappeared. I mean, the cold call is already done, so I want it to disappear out of my activities that I should do. I click the cold call, and now I need to press realize or reject. So realize, you press if you did the call. If everything was successful, you call the person, you reach the person, and then you press realize. Reject would be if you failed to do the activity. Like if you failed to call the person, if the person is not working there anymore, then you could press reject. Or if you had a meeting booked, but the meeting got cancelled, then you would press reject too. I'll press realize because I did the cold call and they just asked me to call again. So I'll press realize. I'll come back to my activities. So let's say now there was a week, and the week has passed, and I've had my warm call, and it went really good. So I'm going to go back to my activities first up here. I'm going to click the warm call. No, this one. I'm going to go back, click the warm call, and I'm going to say they wanted to book a meeting. So I'll store this in the contact description. And I'll once again press copy new to remember when I had the meeting. So I'm going to have to take a meeting now. I'm going to plan when the meeting is. Let's say it's the 30th at 9 o'clock. I'll change the description. Press submit. Or edit, I can press. I'll come back to this screen. I'll see it's a follow-up. All I need to do now is click the follow-up and realize the warm call, or reject it, but realize. And that was it.